Obviously, there are many reasons why people fail to become rich, even though they want to be rich. Some of those reasons are laziness, bad habits, lack of education, lack of experience, lack of guidance, bad attitude, bad influence from friends and family, lack of focus, lack of determination, lack of courage. In Teach to Be Rich, I discuss the idea that each of us is born with a unique genius or set of talents. The workbooks and ENDs in the package explore the idea that in order to unlock our full potential and become rich, we must seek out an environment that supports and encourages our individual genius. Without finding the right environment, our potential may remain untapped and our dreams of wealth may never be realized. Tiger Woods and Mick Jagger are examples of how our unique geniuses can be expressed in different environments. Tiger Woods' genius is expressed on the golf course, while Mick Jagger's genius is expressed on stage as a Rolling Stone. My poor dad was a genius in school, while my rich dad's genius was expressed in the environment of the streets. Each of us has a unique genius, and it is up to us to find the environment where it can be expressed and flourish. In my case, school was the wrong environment for me to thrive, so I left the world of academia and found my genius on the streets. Like my rich dad, the environment I chose was the key to unlocking my potential. I saw the same thing with some of my fellow pilots in Navy flight school. While some of them found their genius in the cockpit, others went on to become generals and airline pilots. For me, I was an average pilot, but I was able to find the right environment to help me reach my full potential. The right environment is essential to developing one's genius, and when it is found, amazing things can happen. In football, some of my friends found their genius on the field, while I was only average. Similarly, when I worked for the Xerox Corporation, one of my friends found his genius in the corporate world and quickly climbed the ladder. In the same way that plants need the right soil, water, and temperatures in order to flourish, people also need the right elements in order to thrive. Without the essential elements, a person may not be able to reach their full potential and may not grow and blossom. Rich person in a poor environment. My rich dad used to say, there are many rich people in poor environments. As I grew older, I began to better comprehend what he was saying. My home environment. Growing up, I quickly realized that I was born into a financially disadvantaged family. Despite the love and support within our family, the environment was not conducive to achieving financial success. In my family, striving for wealth was considered to be a taboo, and instead, education, public service, and lower wages were valued. Although it was not openly discussed, there was an unspoken belief that those who were wealthy were inherently evil and were taking advantage of others. Money is no longer a dirty word in my family today. Instead of living frugally and saving money, we strive to increase our income, build assets, and serve as many people as possible. We believe that investing and getting rich is an enjoyable game and actively work towards expanding our means. Additionally, we make sure to keep away from those who are financially negative and instead surround ourselves with like-minded people who support and challenge us. Our friends are an integral part of our environment and contribute to our success. My work environment. When I began working at the Xerox Corporation, I quickly realized that it was not a conducive environment for becoming wealthy. My superiors wanted me to work hard and make a lot of money, but their main goal was to please the shareholders rather than the employees. Whenever I talked about starting my own business, my managers made it clear that it was against company policy. This does not mean that I did not enjoy my job at Xerox, because I did. It simply was not a work environment designed for me to become wealthy. Despite the fact that I earned a lot of money, the tax code for high-income earners would not have allowed me to accumulate much wealth. At Rich Dad Company, every weekly meeting is centered around helping our staff become wealthier. We motivate them to attend financial seminars, establish their own businesses, and invest, not through a company retirement plan, but through their own personal investment plans. Several employees have left because they did not like the pressure I put on them to become financially educated and eventually financially free. I am glad they left because they will be happier working in a different environment. Environments for people who are afraid of losing. Many people who dream of achieving wealth struggle to become rich due to the environment they are in. For example, employees may be in an environment designed to maintain job security and provide regular paychecks, rather than to encourage financial growth. Employers who foster such an atmosphere typically attract and keep good employees who are content to entrust their money to financial experts rather than taking charge of their own finances. Government service is another such environment. Environments for winners. Certain organizations provide an atmosphere where individuals have the potential to become wealthy. Examples include professional sports, Hollywood, and the music industry. The challenge with these environments is that one must be highly talented, driven, and resilient. In these industries, the 90/10 rule of money applies. There are significantly more losers than winners. Other winner-driven environments include Wall Street investment firms, real estate sales, network marketing, and other high-performance businesses. A dying tree. Recently, I planted a young tree that began to wither and die, which caused me great distress as I have an affinity for trees. I called in tree specialists and experts who fertilized the tree, but it kept deteriorating. Eventually, I began to water the roots twice a week for a month with a garden hose. This immediately resulted in the growth of new leaves and branches from the dying tree. After further inspection, I discovered the drip line that should have been supplying water to the tree was clogged. Now, the tree is healthy and flourishing. All it needed was the proper environment to grow. The same goes for people. Many fail to become wealthy due to the environment they are in. Find the environment where you thrive. We would probably never have heard of Tiger Woods if there were no golf courses. Robert Kiyosaki. Powerful environments. Taking this idea of environments a laid further, consider the following ideas. 1. If you want your intelligence to grow, go to a library, a bookstore, or to school. 2. If you want your health to grow, go to a gym, ride a bicycle, or play more. 3. If you want your spirit to grow, go to a church, find a quiet spot and meditate or pray more. 4. If you want your wealth to grow, go to a place where people are getting rich, like a real estate office or stockbroker's office. Join an investment club, or start a study group and meet new friends who also want to grow richer. 5. If you want to expand your world, go to places you've never been before. Do things you've been afraid of doing before. In other words, sometimes the fastest way to change and improve yourself is simply to change your environment. Final questions. I believe we are all born with a special genius, a unique gift. The problem is that not everyone finds his or her genius simply because he or she does not find the environment where his or her genius can blossom. Just remember this, we would probably never have heard of Tiger Woods if there were no golf courses. So my final questions are: 1. Is your home and family life an environment that develops your financial genius? 2. Is your workplace an environment that encourages the development of your financial genius? 3. Do you have any idea what your genius might be? 4. Are you working with people who want you to develop your genius? 5. If you found your environment, would you be willing to work hard to develop your genius? Yes or no? I ask this last question because just because you have a genius does not mean life is easy. We all know people who are talented. The problem is, some people do not work very hard at developing their talents. Always remember, Tiger Woods, or any great person for that matter, has worked very hard at developing his genius. As my rich dad would say, laziness is the assassin of genius. These 5 questions are important questions.